All right, so I'm gonna mix up the low. It's like the low surfacer sealer. Basically, it's like the low build primer. So 4-to-1 is the high build primer. 4-to-1 is just basically thinned out with 1 part reducer, and then the 4-1-2 is the sealer that actually is thinned out basically with 2 parts of the reducer. So what we're gonna do is we don't need the 4-to-1. We're just gonna use the 4-to-1, the low build primer, just to cover those the bare spots. And I got my starting line. I love these guns. I've had these forever. They work great. It's a 1.3, but I'd rather be using a 1.4, 1.5 tip. That's how big this tip is. I'd rather be using that just to get more material out, but you could just go slower and it'll be just fine. And these are the PPS, the 3M PPS 2.0, I believe. Cups. It's just a little one, so we'll just find 4-to-1, and you can mix it right in here. These things are awesome. They're disposable, is what they are. So I mix this up. Basically, if you don't have I have the air shaker for it, but I don't have it mounted, so you just have to put it on the ground and just ride it like a cowboy. So, and like I said, I only have a little bit of this left, so I'm gonna try to use the white. I have plenty of black, but I want to try to use the white, just because the blade is white. I'm painting white, snow white pearl on it. So, I shook this up. Make sure it's all clean. I don't know if you can see that, but there's just not a lot in there. So we'll try to do the 4-to-1. Definitely strain it because there's a lot of crust that builds up on the edges of that. So yeah, well, that worked out pretty good. That should be enough for the sealer. So, all right. So we got down to the 1. So it's 4-to-1. That's what we're doing. So we got to the first one. Now the second one is the hardener. And I always blow these off before I open these up, which I already did, because a lot of crust and everything, it'll get all in there. But so bring that up to the next one. And then using the RU311, the reducer, and bring that up to the next one. All right, looks good. So with the paint sticks, I try to like scrape them off on my shirt because it kind of snags anything that'll come out of it. Then blow it off, make sure everything is good with that. In your old, whether you're using rags or paper towels, whatever, keep them, because then you can put them down here and do all your paint mixing on and then throw them away. Awesome. These have like a screen in them, and you can leave them in there. They're pretty good. Nice little another filter. But so the lid, you want to push it down and then kind of lift it up. Make sure that it picks up the liner underneath, so you know it's connected good. Give it a little twist. All right. So now that's ready to go. So we'll clean this up, and then the tack rags I use are the crystal. They're the best ones. This is a new one, so you want to open it up like about a half hour before when you want to use them, and just unfold them and then fold them up real loose, like a kind of like a loofah, and just let them sit for like 20-30 minutes. Let it kind of air out. They're real waxy. They have a lot of wax on them, and what it does, this is the tack rag. So right before you paint, this will be you lightly touch the surface with it, and it'll pick up all the dust and everything on there, and then you paint. So yeah, that's where we're at.